Alright, I just built up my Yalina. Let's go do some testing with her. Before that, let's check out her skills. Her S3 is attacks all enemy twice. Per hit is 55% of her attack, and then each hit has a 50% chance to inflict bleed for 2 turns. For every bleed stacks, she ignores 10% of the enemy's defense up to 50%. Her passive is inflicts 1 stacks of Promise Breaker when the enemy receives healing, and if the target has 7 or more stacks, she will then pursue with the Promise Breaker. With the S3. And then when a unit falls, it says right here, when a unit falls, it doesn't matter an enemy or an ally. I'll test this out later. Yalina dispels all her debuffs and recovers HP. Healing is equals to 100% of her max HP if the fallen unit is an enemy inflicted with Promise Breaker. She redistributes the enemy's Promise Breaker stacks among all the remaining enemies. And then the Promise Breaker is damage plus 3%, damage taken plus 3%, so maximum 30%, and then crit rate minus 20% when attacking Yalina. Randomly dispels 1 buff from the carrier at the end of their turn, maximum 10 stacks. Her S1 is 140% of attack, inflicts buff blocker for 2 turns, and then if the enemy has Promise Breaker, before attacking, Yalina gains attack up and crit rate up. I'm gonna showcase her in Infinity Tower 9 first because there is a genie. I want you guys to see the potential of the Promise Breaker. If the enemy has a genie, you will see that she can sometimes go crazy. I'm also gonna deactivate the enemies that are immune to AP down. Okay, this floor has 2 genies, and I want you guys to see whenever Jilin gets attacked, she will gain 1 stack of the Promise Breaker effect right there. When they get to 7 stacks, Yalina will just proceed to continuously pursue, and you'll see real quick right here. The reason why I'm bringing Alol in because I want to stack as many bleed stacks as possible so that she can start ignoring the defense. Now see, they are all at 3 stacks right now, and then when I keep on attacking them, it will keep on increasing because Genie will constantly heal herself when she gets attacked, and then once she reaches 7 stacks, Yalina will then proceed to pursue with her S3. And then at this point, every single attack that I do to Genie, she will continuously start pursuing. Right here, I use the S1, she starts pursuing with the S3. See? She does very good damage actually, 180,000 damage. And I have like quick equip relics on her. And then again, if I were to attack the Genie again, they get attacked with the pursuits again. Every single time, even if they reach maximum stacks right here, like both of the Genies have 10 stacks. Oh, never mind. This Genie is dead. You can see the effect right there. The Genie had 10 stacks, but instead of giving all of the stacks to Clara, it actually went to 5 stacks to Clara and 5 stacks to Genie, even though this Genie already has 10 stacks. So if this Genie were to die, she would transfer all 10 of her stacks to Clara. Every single attack that I do on Genie will just make Yalina constantly pursued. And then I want to see if she can cleanse the debuff, because if it is cleansable, then it's not really going to be that good in PvP, because you know, you take this much time to stack the buff or the debuff, and then it just gets cleansed by, you know, like a Jinyu Yao or a Clara, right? That's not good. Okay, yeah, I think she does cleanse. You can see the Clara went from 5 stacks to 1 stack because she cleansed 2 debuffs from her S3, one from here and then one from her passive, but then she healed from her S3, which is why she gained 1 stacks. So you can cleanse the debuff, and that's, I think, the bad part about Yalina is in PvP you can't really see much use. I'll try her out in Point War after this. I'll do a few matches, but I don't think she's going to be that good because it is cleansable. But this is not going to work in like most teams, because if there isn't any Genie in the enemy team, then you won't, and then the enemy won't heal per hit. This could also work against Lien. I'll try against a Lien team after this. We'll see how it works. It might be good because Lien teams most of the time won't run any, you know, cleanser. So that's it for the PVE Showcase. She's pretty decent in PvE. I think she got nerfed as well. The Promise Breaker effect in the PTR server was 10% per stack, up to a maximum of 100%, but now it's only just 3% per stack. So it's not really that crazy. Okay, I actually forgot to show you. If an ally dies, will she also cleanse herself, or is it just when enemies die? It doesn't seem like she... Okay, she does. She does cleanse herself, even if ally dies. That's good to know. Alright, this is the team I'm going to try her with. I opted with the Hades set. I think you can also run a Tyranny set on her, and it should be also fine. You can also go full damage, but I think the best build for her is to be slightly on the tanky side. I went with crit damage, HP, and attack. No speed needed, because her passive procs outside of her turn, right? And you want her to be tanky and survive for as long as possible, so that she can start pursuing with her S3. I'm gonna babysit her, run a full support team, and the enemy has Lien, which is perfect for her, because every hit that I do will just keep on healing the enemies, and also Everett also heals. But the problem is his team has a full cleanse, which is Cecilia and Heng Yue. These two I think is gonna be very bad for her, because as I showed you just now, Clara in the PVE Showcase just fully cleansed her stacks. So I don't know if this is gonna be any good, but we'll just have to see. I'm babysitting her, I'm giving all the supports that she needs, and I'm also gonna use Fusi as well. Fusi is probably gonna... Ooh! 500k damage though! I thought Fusi was gonna do more damage than her, but not bad. 500k damage. But the enemy team doesn't have Ana. I'll try against Ana as well. Against Ana, it should be good if there isn't a cleanser in the team, because Ana, whenever she performs the counter, she will just keep on healing, right? Yeah, see, that's the problem. I had one stack on Heng Yue, but then it got removed by this one, Cecilia. So Everett right now has 6 stacks. Holy shit. So Everett is like guaranteed countered by this girl right here, because every time he counters, he adds 2 stacks to himself. So that's very bad for him. There we go, she starts countering now. But the problem is that when Emma or Heng Yue takes a turn, she will just end up healing or cleansing all of the stacks from Everett. Let's see, yeah. He removed all of the stacks on Everett, but he gains 2 stacks because Emma, or I keep messing it up. Heng Yue gave 1 stack of recovery on the Everett, and also heals him, right? Okay, it does stack quite a fair bit if you're facing off against a Lien, so that's good. There we go. Now, because he has a Lien, every hit that I do, my Yalina will just end up proccing the pursuits. So yeah, I think the Lien at this point, when there's a lot of stacks on them, kind of backfires on him. So I think she's gonna be very good counter against a Lien that doesn't have any cleanse. If there is a cleanse and an immunity, then it becomes very problematic to run her, because then they would just full cleanse. The problem with her is that full cleanse exists on so many characters, right? Emma will just full cleanse, and then also I haven't tested out Jin Yu Yao just yet, but I think Jin Yu Yao doesn't full cleanse the debuff. We'll see. But yeah, so far she's doing pretty well. But this team that I'm facing off is not really that good. It doesn't have much threat to the team. The only threat is Emma. Everett isn't that much of a threat. The problem with this team is that he has R6, or sorry, he has Jin Yu Yao, which could be problematic for me. But you know what? Let's just try it. I'm gonna go with the same team. I don't think it's gonna work because he has Ana and also Jiangju Li to just clap me. Yeah, I don't think it works. Yalina doing pretty good work though, 170k. Okay, so Jin Yu Yao doesn't fully cleanse the debuff, and she cannot return the debuff because it's a silver rim debuff. So that's good. But, oh, okay, see. But the problem is her passive, this one right here, can remove all of the stacks on the Promise Breaker. Her passive states that at the start of her turn, dispels one debuff from each ally, excluding incapacitation, right? So with this effect, even if you have like 10 stacks on one unit, Jinyu Yao can just remove all 10 stacks by just taking a turn. Okay, so Ana already has 10 stacks, so that's very good. Every time Ana gets her counters in, she will heal because of her Divinate. Ana is at 10 stacks, but it's gonna get removed by the enemy Jinyu Yao. Yeah, it's now at 1 stacks. Not too good. Again, the meta in PvP has always been Jinyu Yao. As long as Jinyu Yao is in the meta, I don't think Yalina is gonna be that good. Unless maybe I can try a control comp. This team makes no sense, but I'm just gonna give it a go. So my damage dealer is going to be Fusi and this guy, the new 4-star. And I'm bringing Archibald and Hilda to stack as many debuffs as possible so that the Jinyu Yao cannot cleanse the debuffs that Yalina provides. I don't think it's gonna work, but let's just give it a go. It's free tickets anyway. Archibald is very good in deterring Jinyu Yao's cleanse, but okay, this is a problem right here because my Hilda gets outsped. So yeah, something is getting cleansed. Okay, new C is just wait. The Ana already has 10 stacks on her. That's crazy. So every time my allies attack, she will just pursue because he has an R6 Lian. Okay, that's a problem. If Jinyu Yao cleanses the silence debuff that I have from Archibald Cells S3, she will just return all of the poison stacks back to me, and I'm just gonna get screwed that way. Yeah, I think as long as Jinyu Yao is in the meta, Yalina is not really gonna do much for you. I mean, look at this. Jinyu Yao just completely shits on the entire team. I can't do anything to the enemy team, even though I'm running a control comp. And I think I'm also going up against the best unit that she can possibly go against, which is Lian. So, okay, this one doesn't have any cleanser in the team, so I should be really good. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna try to run this team again. I think this is gonna be a very good showcase because there's no cleanser in his team, but he has a ton of immunity providers. Ethan gives immunity on his S3, and then also Ana gives immunity on her S3. So as long as I have a few stacks on both of on all of the enemies, I should be able to just remove the stacks of the immunity and then slowly whittle them down. The problem is that he has White Tiger and Mavis, which could be a problem for me. I don't think I can kill off the Mavis. Okay, it doesn't work. Wait. How is Yalina only doing 54k damage? What is going on here? Again, with enemy Lian, every time I do an attack, they will just get 1 stack on them. Yeah, I don't think it goes through immunity. Once the enemy has a stack of immunity or immunity buff on them, you can't really stack, it seems, the Promise Breaker debuff. So if you want to stack it further, you kind of need to move first and apply 1 stack of the Promise Breaker on all of the enemies, so that when they take a turn, the immunity effect will just get removed from them. Let's try against this team. With her alone in the team providing the debuffs, Jinyu Yao, every time she moves, will just cleanse it, right? But it seems so far that she's pretty good to stack against Ana, but it doesn't really change the fact that you're not really doing anything to Ana. Just stacking up to 10 stacks isn't really doing anything for you unless you can kill off the Ana, right? If you can't kill off the Ana, then it's pretty much useless. You can stack all you want, it's still going to be useless at the end of the day. He has 3 healers in his team. Yeah, I don't think Yalina is all that good for now. So, okay, that's another discovery right there. When Jinyu Yao takes a turn, even if there's no debuffs on the enemy, she will cast her S3 instantly, because when she takes a turn, she will heal and apply the Silver Rim buff on all of the enemies, as long as there's no immunity debuff on them. But again, it doesn't really change the fact that we're not really doing anything to the enemies. Even if we're stacking a lot, the debuff can just be cleansed. I don't know, maybe I'm building her wrong. Maybe I should just go for full damage on her, and maybe my team is wrong, but so far she's not really doing her job, which is countering healings. I mean, she's doing pretty decent damage, but the problem is Jinju Yao at the end of the day, right? And Jinju Yao will always pretty much be meta for as long as the game is alive. We're trying out against Sally. Again, she's a cleanser, but if we can stack a bunch of debuffs, then she cannot keep up with the amount of debuffs. So I think with this type of team, I might want to run a control comp. These two are going to be my DPS units, and hopefully this works. I don't have many options to deal with Ana, but you know, maybe something can happen. Oh, we won! Okay, okay. She does pretty good damage, 200,000, not bad. I also want to see the interaction between Zhangju Li, because Zhangju Li, when he gets to the demon mode, he can't be debuffed, right? But some debuffs do apply to him because of a bug. I don't think they fixed that yet. Maybe this one is also bugged, and she can't apply the Promise Breaker effect on Zhangju Li when he turns into demon mode. Zhangju Li is now in demon mode. He's going to one-shot one of my units. Okay, that was pretty decent damage. Okay. Everyone is dead? Ana, what? Okay. Ana just dies like that. Not bad. Zhangju Li couldn't get the Promise Breaker effect because he's in demon mode. So there's no bug going on right here. We kind of cleave this team. Alright, let's try against this team. A standard Ana team with Mavis and Heng Yue. I'm gonna run the same team. So far this team is pretty good because I can apply a bunch of debuffs. Okay, we lost this time. Let's see what happens here. She only did 100,000 damage, not too good. Okay, she does pretty good damage. Ana already has 10 stacks on her. Okay, Mavis is almost dead. Oh my god. Unlucky, my Fusi is dead. We're dealing with Ana pretty well. Unlucky. The Ana got a turn and managed to apply the immunity buff. So now we can no longer apply the stacks even if Ana counters. See? Ana counters, increases her HP, but because she has immunity and we don't have one stack on her already, then we can't really apply. Oh, wait. my Yalina is already dead. I forgot. I didn't even see that. Let's give it a go one more time. If my Yalina didn't die, I think we might win that one. Okay, this time I think we win. We should be able to win. If Zhangju Li doesn't completely cuck us and just one-shot my entire team. There we go. We're dealing with Ana pretty well. Against a non-Jinyu Yao comp, she's not bad. And against a non-speed comp that has immunity debuff, she's also pretty good. But would you build her for, you know, knockout or beat bout? I don't think so, because that currency is already very limited, and if she isn't a super solid, you know, 5-star top tier triple S unit, I wouldn't build those units for beat bout or knockout. 150k, yeah, not bad. She does more damage than Feng Shun and Archibald and Hilda. Let me just showcase my relics real quick. My Feng Shun is on the Ocean set, counter, attack, crit damage, HP, and attack. And then my Yalina is on the Hades set, and then I also went with crit damage, HP, and attack. With this type of units that require a little bit of setup and a few turns for them to do some damage, you kind of want to build them with like a bruiser build. You don't really want to go full glass cannon, I think, because if you go full glass cannon, one counter and she just dies, and that's not good. She doesn't have a revive or whatever. Unlike Emma, her revive, quote unquote, is when your allies or when a unit dies, then she will just cleanse, right? Cleanse and fully heal. She doesn't revive or anything. So you want to build her with some tanky stats. My Hilda, Ocean Waves, that's my Clara. And then lastly, my Archibald is on the Tyranny set with defense, and speed. And yeah, that's about it. She's not bad by any means, but in the current PvP meta where everyone runs Jinyu Yao and everyone runs a, you know, either speed lead with immunity, she's not really gonna do well for you, because if you're going up against a enemy with immunity provider, you kind of want to move first and run a team that can apply a bunch of control on the enemy. With this team, I can apply the control on Archibald and Hilda, and then she will just do whatever she wants. And if the enemy has like a Lien, they will just keep on stacking the debuffs, and she will just pop off like crazy, because whenever your allies perform whatever kind of attack, you attack on the enemy team that has a Lien, they will heal, and then if they have more than 7 stacks, she will just keep on pursuing with her S3. And I think that's her appeal, is that she can infinitely pursue with her S3, but to get to that point is kind of slow. And if the enemy doesn't have like a Lien or Ana, then it can be pretty slow to, you know, stack up her debuff. And yeah, I think that's about it.